In this video, I'm going to share with you the one word that literally changed my life, my path in the music industry, and it's also going to be a game changer for you if you apply that little word more often. If you're new to this channel, my name is Philip from Pick Yourself, and I've built this to help you create a meaningful life based on your passion for electronic music. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on a couple of really good videos that are coming up quite soon. Now, today I want to talk about the little word no. And it sounds so simple and so obvious, but we all need to say no more often. And on a personal side note, I was saying yes to way too many things that I should not have said yes to. For example, after already wasting a lot of time on a bachelor degree in communication science, which was nice and interesting, but had nothing to do with my real passion for music. I then even went for doing a master's degree just because I thought I was supposed to do this. Now, if I had said no at that point and actually went for the things that were meaningful to me, my life would probably look even different. So I'm quite happy how everything turned out, but it was getting harder and harder to let go of the golden handcuffs that kept me in the normal trajectory, the normal job, and so on and so forth. Because right after the master's degree, I started working in a marketing agency as a strategic director, helping big brands to do something with music or creative fields in general. And I thought this was really close to my passion, but actually, to be honest with you, I could have used that time also to build my own music career even earlier. Yeah? And so it got harder and harder and harder to let go of those golden handcuffs until the point where I literally had to make a decision. So I was at this point, I was doing 50% in a marketing agency and 50% of my time building my own studio, working with artists, working on my own craft. And it got impossible to make progress in two areas at the same time. So I had to say no to something. And it was a really tough no that I had to give. And obviously, as you might be familiar with now, I've made the decision to dedicate my life to creating music, to helping other artists. And I'm doing this full time for many years now. But at the time, it was really, really hard to say this little word no and say no to a career in the marketing world, which was much safer, much more lucrative in the first place. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how everything turned out. Now, the interesting thing is that this was just the beginning of the path of having to say no more often. Because as soon as you start to dedicate more of your energy and time to making music, you find out how often you have to say no to opportunities that present themselves. Now, to give you a couple of examples, you might have a friend who starts a new label and they're asking you if you want to release a track on that label. And of course, you're excited and enthusiastic and you say yes without thinking too hard about it. But then that friend doesn't really get to establishing the label. It takes many more months than you thought. Your tracks are rotting on your hard drive, you don't get them out. And then the thing comes out, they do no promo for it, and you basically wasted your track. And you should have said no in the first place. Now, this is just one of many examples where you could say no more often. Could also be something like saying no to a full-time position, but actually going into a part-time so you have enough time for making music on the side. All these things that are really hard to say no, and some things that are even easier to say no, but you still don't do it. I think you have to train yourself to get into the habit of pausing before making a decision. A pause, even if it's just 3 seconds, this little pause of listening to yourself and really thinking hard, is this something that is aligned with my values, with my principles, and with how I want to dedicate my life, be it professionally or as a serious hobby, to music? Is this aligned with the values and the plans that I have in my life? So a 3-second pause before making a decision. And then yes, you obviously can say yes many times, but you will find out that you start saying no a little bit more often. Now the cool thing is, if you train yourself to say no to opportunities that sound great in the first place, but then you find out pretty early on that this is actually not aligned with your values. If you train yourself a little bit and you get into the habit of being at peace with saying no, it becomes easier. And this is the moment where you start to make really, really big progress towards your goals in life. And this does not only apply to music, but especially here when you want to protect your passion and you want to make sure that your life is going in the right direction, and you have enough time for music, enough energy and so on. This is a superpower that you can use. So I hope that this gets you thinking a little bit. I hope that you will try this out even today. That will be my mission for you. And I would encourage you to leave a comment below. What do you think about this? How do you struggle with saying no to things? And what do you think could be a solution for you right now? If you learned something from this video, I would be super happy if you just subscribed, leave a comment, and yeah, let's get in touch and have a little conversation going. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.